Greetings and bienvenue, Midnight Crew. Thank you for returning to this broadcast. And welcome to new viewers joining us for the first time. If you like a video, then feel free to subscribe.
Nopes. One of the few reasons why I visit /x/ every day. Let's make this one count, boys and girls. B12 around 9 o'clock. Already dark outside. Be walking the dog around the block, daydreaming, I guess. I go around the corner. You can see a long road from here, all visible thanks to streetlights every 30 feet. I look up the road. There is a guy. Let me just say, there was nobody around. Literally no one. He's just running towards me. At first glance, I didn't care. Whatever. I look at him again. He was running so fast his whole body was shaking like a zombie going after some fresh flesh. He passes a street light. I take a look at his face. Nope mode activated.exe. This guy is going to murder me. His face looked like he had some kind of fucked up virus up in his ass, horrifyingly lucid at the same time. My dog must have felt it. It was running faster than me. I ran home. Don't tell anyone.jpg. I go to my room, turn on the PC, acting like nothing happened.
Not directly me, but I was there. Be visiting my mom and dad after living out of the country for a couple years. One night around 1 a.m., my bedroom door opens and my mom pokes her head in. She leaves. I go downstairs to see what she was doing. As I come down the stairs, there is a huge flash lighting up the room. I go to the kitchen where the flash came from. My mother is standing there freaking out. She says she had a dream that my aunt was calling for her help. She woke up, checked all the rooms, then went downstairs for a smoke. Then she says, as she was standing in the kitchen looking out the window, a ball of light formed inside the room in the corner. She heard my aunt say her name, and then it exploded. I'm a little freaked also, because I saw the flash. I go take a piss. While I'm pissing, the phone rings. My uncle rings. He's drunk. I killed her. She was eating and I punched her. I think she choked to death. And the rest isn't paranormal at all. My mom has had quite a lot of things like that happen to her.
20 years old, Marine in Afghanistan. Higher ups send my squad on patrol to some stupid house far away from anything else. We go in. I'm point. First thing I see is some chick with paint all over her. I actually laugh while clearing the house. No weapons, but our terp, translator, is freaking out talking about bad women. I think he means Taliban, but we have no idea why she has paint on her, basically chanting at us. We just laugh. The terp freaks out more, tells us we need to leave now. My squad leader, who was a dick, yells at him, hits the lady, and tears the house apart. Finally, we get to leave. I'm pretty freaked out because she's still chanting. The terp isn't telling us what she is saying, and she is almost in a trance. Get back to the FOB. I asked the terp what he meant by bad women. He tells me she worships the bad ones. Lol. You what, mate? Why hasn't the Taliban killed her? He tells me they fear her and we should too. I brush it off as stupid bullshit. I go home and shit starts to get weird. My squad leader starts acting weird, but I got moved from the platoon so I don't see much of it. A few months after we are back in the USA, he offs himself. No one saw it coming. I start to think back on what the terp told me about that chick and freak out a little. I start to see weird things in the woods whenever we are on field ops, like tall creatures with long-ass arms. The first time I see one, we are doing a night patrol. I'm on point again. I see the thing but think it's just my imagination, looking right at it as it moves. Nope. I'm squad leader now, so I say fuck it. We are turning around and going back with the company. I see them when I visit Georgia, where I'm from. Always pretty far away, just watching me. They wait till I look at them, and then run away. I know they made my old squad leader off himself. I'm 24, out of the military, and I still see them, and nope the fuck out whenever I do.
Senior year, a couple months before school's out. I'm in my room doing something on the computer. I don't remember what. I hear something. I take off my headphones, wind howling slightly in the distance. I put my headphones back on. I continue browsing. No music or video or anything playing, everything silent. I hear something again. I push the mute button on my keyboard, close everything, and take off my headphones. I hear distant whispering blended with the wind. I'm looking around the room. The whispering is so faint. White noise is coming from the speakers, even though the sound is set to come out of the headphones, and even with nothing open, white noise shouldn't come from the speakers. I get closer to it. I hear "I'm here for you, I want you," in a soft female voice through the noise. I unplug the speakers, semi-freaked out, rechecking stuff on my computer that would make noise come out. I lean back in my chair. Someone literally whispers in my ear, "I'm here for you, I want you." I jolt up, freaking out, looking around the room, heart racing and hair on my body standing up. I settle down. Time goes by, maybe about 20 to 30 minutes. I hear something in the distance, but it's different. I step outside my room. It gets louder. I notice it's a siren or ambulance. I can hear it clear as day in the living room. I look up to the windows atop my living room and see lights reflecting off the windows or ceiling. I assume it was something with my neighbor, because it's an old guy who has had ambulances called out here before due to his medical problems. I unlock the door and open it, walking out to the edge of the garage. Pitch black sky. No moon, no stars showing really. No ambulance. The neighborhood is dead silent. You could hear a mouse piss on cotton, it's so quiet. I'm really freaked out now. I ease back inside, having this unshakable feeling that someone was watching me across the street in the blackness. I noped my shit all the way back to my room, locked the door, and slept. Too much of fuck that for one night.
From Mom. My parents were married for 2 years after 7+ years of being in a relationship. They want kids. They're those kind of meek or shy couples who love each other a lot. Both of them were the smartest kids in their schools. They've been trying for like a year but can't get pregnant. Nothing wrong with them, says the doctor. Mom is frustrated at this because both have a well-paying job and can afford to have a kid. So Dad makes plans to visit someplace in Mexico just to distract her. They go to Guanajuato to see the mummies. They spend 2 weeks there. Shit's okay, and $20 were like 1,000 old pesos, so they buy a lot of stuff. One day they're visiting a mercado. They spot some shitty-looking place that has a lot of local jewelry. They have a Santa Muerte statue there. Basically the Grim Reaper, but they call it a she instead of he or it. It's obvious that these people were poor, so Mom asked Dad to buy a lot of their stuff because she felt sorry for them. The store owner is an old lady, probably 80 years old. Looks real old, like she's barely alive. They end up buying close to $120 worth of jewelry. Back then, that was practically a fortune in Mexico. Mom gives them $200 and Dad says to keep the change. The owner of the store is practically crying and saying thank you over and over again. She kisses both my parents' hands and says, "God bless you, child. May anything you want become real, but in Spanish. She gives Mom a small necklace made of dark beads and says to keep it. The thing looks beautiful, and Mom wants to pay for it, but the owner says that it has to be a gift or it won't work. Dad asks what she meant by that. The lady says not to worry and that it's nothing bad. 2 months later, Mom is pregnant. And that's how I was born, all thanks to Mexican black magic. This may not seem weird, but I have 3 little sisters, all under 9 years old, and they all look like Mom. I'm the only male, and I look a lot like Dad's dad, like his clone, but younger.
This story is not mine. It's something my friend's father told me. B, my friend's father, working in a huge industrial building as a security guard. Night shift. He's sitting in the waiting room with another guard and a dog. The room has a big sofa and all the security cameras where they can see what's happening outside. They have to walk around the building every now and then to make sure everything's okay inside. My friend's father is half asleep because at that time he had some family issues and didn't sleep well. His partner wakes him up saying there are people outside. He's not worried. He says it's probably a couple looking for a place to make out. He leaves to tell the couple they can't be there. When he returns, he says they are gone. About 2 hours later, they both stand up at the same time because a light turns on at the end of the corridor. They take the dog and go to see what's going on. They walk past the room with the lights on. Nobody there. They decide to go to the next floor. They go upstairs and keep walking until they are sure there's nobody on that floor. When they are heading back to go to the next floor, the elevator starts working. They push the button to stop the elevator on their floor. My friend's father's partner is right in front of the elevator door with the dog. My friend's father is a bit behind. The door opens. From his position, my friend's father can't see who is inside the elevator, but the dog starts crying and sits behind the partner. My friend's father's partner freezes and looks petrified, with his flashlight pointing at the elevator. My friend's father tries to look inside the elevator, but as soon as he moves, the doors close. The partner doesn't move. It takes about 2 minutes to bring him back to reality. When he does, he starts crying. He never says a word about what he saw. The partner quits the job. Several weeks later, the boss tells my friend's father that his partner took his own life.
So my buddy's farm is odd. B13, with my brother late summer night. Yeah, we're camping outside my friend's farm, only 25 feet from his house's deck. The cornfield is 10 feet behind our tent. We're playing Game Boy. We hear corn shuffling and breaking behind us. My buddy says, "What the fuck?" and puts down his Game Boy. The creaking stops. We hear faint movement now. We see a faint shadow of a figure from the deck light. It moves closer, and a tall, lanky figure projects onto the tent wall. "Hello? Is that you, Mom?" Silence. I'm so scared I can't breathe. Then the worst happens. The figure places its hand on the tent. The tent starts shaking. We start to panic and scream. The hand moves and the tent stops shaking. Our screams wake up my friend's father, who runs outside to the tent. He tells us he saw something running into the cornfield and to go inside. Nope, all night. My buddy's dad hopped onto the four-wheeler with his gun and drove around the farm for a few hours afterwards. He didn't turn up anything, but he can't explain what he saw. Bonus, nope. Same farm a few months later. My buddy calls me to the back window overlooking the deck and field. "Anon, Get the hell over here and look at this. I'm not playing. I look out the window. I see what appears to be a dark figure moving in the field. The corn is clearly moving unnaturally and in a direction. My buddy is convinced we just saw something. I'm not so sure. I try to chill in his living room, noping about what just happened. His 6-year-old brother walks upstairs from his room. Oh, Ben's sleepwalking again. This wasn't out of the ordinary, as his brother would do this once every few months. He usually would speak in mumbles and have his eyes half closed. But this was different. His eyes were wide open, and he spoke clearly. We follow Ben's sleepwalking procedures. Engage soft voice. Hey, Ben, let's go back to bed. Completely ignoring us, he walks right to the big bay windows and looks up. Come on, buddy, it's okay. Let's go. I know it's okay, Anon. They are watching us. Fear level at 55%, Captain. Okay, Ben. But we have to sleep. Still staring at the sky. But I want to see them. They're here now. Very close now. Maximum fear reached. I'm about to puke. So my buddy gets up, grabs Ben's hand, and gently starts guiding him back to his room. It's okay, Ben. Time for bed. There's nothing you can do. Nope. 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 Ben had no memory of it the next day like usual, but damn, it was freaky hearing a 6-year-old speak like that.
I come down to the kitchen for breakfast on a Saturday morning. My mom and my sister are already up and they look exhausted. My mom asks, "Did you sleep all right?" "Yeah," says I. "Even after you woke up?" I woke up. Sometime in the middle of the night I had started screaming. My mom rushed into my room and found me sitting up in bed screaming, "Roy! Roy! Roy! Roy!" She did her best to calm me down while shooing away my pissed-off sister who had stormed in to find out what the fuck was going on with me. She asked me who Roy was, but I would only say that he was a bad man. I didn't say anything, but Roy is a bad man. I'm shocked as they're telling me all of this, and they're surprised that I don't remember. But then again, I'm the sound sleeper of the house who can doze through lightning storms. We write it off as some weird nightmare that I don't remember. Years later, I'm off at my first year of college. My mom sends me a videotape in the mail. She didn't mention it before I had left, as in, "Hey, keep your eye on the mailbox or anything." I press play, and it's my mom taking a video camera through our house. She was moving and sent the tape as one last walkthrough of the now empty house before she left. It was sweet and a little tear-jerking until she said, "So, here's something you might find interesting," when she approached a closet in her bedroom. This closet, aside from being the hiding place for all the Christmas gifts, was also always packed full of old luggage and other odds and ends. You could only go 3 feet in before you would have to start climbing on things to go farther. She goes in with the camera, and I see that there are purple crayon drawings on the wall, down at the height where a small child would draw. There are random scribbles, some stick figures, something that may have been a dog. I was already puzzled, because I had no memory of ever playing in this closet, and I don't know how I would have drawn on the walls when they were, in my mind, always covered. Then the camera comes to a word on the wall. Roy. And my mom must not have remembered that night. She said on the tape, "Roy. I wonder who Roy is."
Be about 15 or 16. Home alone for a while. My family is vacationing. I was left behind because I was cramming for SATs. I decide to take a night off and invite friends over. Only Corey can come over. Okay, fine. We chat, play some video, play some basketball. Just general chilling. Around 10 p.m., we went to Taco Bell to get some food. We also grabbed some soft drinks at a gas station. We got back to my place and chowed down and chugged our drinks. We decided to just watch TV for a while. We are talking about random shit. Suddenly, an empty Gatorade bottle flies past our heads and smacks the fucking TV. The kitchen and living room are connected, with the sofa facing away from the kitchen towards the TV on the wall opposing the kitchen, if that makes sense. I am stunned. Corey reacts faster and spins around. I follow suit. There is nothing. We both just look at each other for a bit, then start talking again to calm our nerves. Honestly, we were just talking shit, like, if you're gonna throw something, why an empty plastic bottle? After about 30 seconds, we decided to take a look around the house and found nothing. We brushed it off and watched TV for a while longer. Then Corey left. I'll admit I slept with my lights on that night, but nothing else ever happened. Hell, the house wasn't even old. Our family was the first owner. I don't know what the fuck happened.
Be last year. Get my first apartment with my girlfriend. Working late one night. Security job. Getting ready to leave for the night at 11 p.m. My phone starts ringing in the parking lot. I check the number. I didn't recognize it. It goes to voicemail. I start to drive home and listen to the voicemail. It's a bunch of static and a robotic voice reading off numbers. My phone rings again, so I answer it. It's the security company for the apartment saying my alarm has been tripped. I call my girlfriend, and she said the alarm started going off out of nowhere. I get home the next day. The landlord is there with the company checking the system. They find that a motion sensor or some shit was tripped on the patio door. Whatever, probably an animal. Later on, I head to work and again receive another phone call from the same number. I call it back, and it's just a message that says, "We'll be in touch," followed by a series of numbers. What the fuck? I get home and go to bed. 3 a.m. My phone starts ringing. I answer it. The number is unlisted. It's a robotic voice that repeats the number to my alarm system twice, and then the alarm system goes off. I called the landlord. He comes out, and I tell him about the number. He informs the company and the police. I tried calling back the original number, and now it's saying the number is no longer in service. Nope. The following week, this same thing repeated over and over again. One day my girlfriend was working. She is a cashier, and a random customer comes into her work she's never seen before. She said he looked out of place, didn't buy anything, and walked up to the counter and said a bunch of random numbers and walked out. Nope. Nothing happened after that. I still think about it all the time. Hang up.
Suck it, Greentext. But here we go. Be me, 13, walking down the road at night. A car, passing by, swerves towards me. I dash out of the way and scream, "Fuck you." I walk into the housing scheme, walking down the road. I turn into a by road from the main road to go home. I hear a car come full speed down the main road and screech to a stop as it passes the by road. I turn around. The car reverses back and turns into the by road. I realize it's the same car. The by road has no turns, just a straight road for about 700 meters. The car is racing towards me. I jump onto the sidewalk. Part of the car gets on the sidewalk. This fucker's trying to kill me. I nope down the lane. I can't do shit. The car is getting close. I jump over a wall into another house. The car hits the wall, swerves out, and speeds away. The owners wake up. The neighborhood wakes up. The car is gone. I realized people will do crazy shit.
This happened when I was about 10 to a few of the guys I hunt with. At the time, I was too young to hunt and wasn't there, but I still know the guys it happened to. My family owns 130 acres with a farmhouse that was passed down to my grandfather. We camp during summer and hunt the land during winter. Every time someone stays at the farmhouse, if they didn't know the old farmhand Carol, something weird happens. Usually noises, nothing too bad. My dad and uncle knew the man Carol, but their friends Mitch and Marty never met him. The four guys were going down for the opening weekend of hunting season. Dad and uncle cook a huge pot of spaghetti, eat, and then head to the bar a few miles down the road. They spend a lot of the night there, and in that time, Mitch and Marty show up to the farmhouse alone. They go in, eat, unpack, and whatnot. They decide to go to bed. Dad and uncle are still not back from the bar. They hear a loud slam from the kitchen. They go check it out. They walk into the kitchen to find the large pot of spaghetti upside down in the middle of the floor with no spaghetti or sauce at all spilled around it. Just perfectly upside down.
A few years ago, me and a friend are driving in the dark part of the country, Northern Ireland, near the border to the south. We're driving along the road when we come across three men standing in the middle of the road. They're all wearing balaclavas. The three men are rolling a barrel along the road. It looks heavy. One of the men stops and turns around. His balaclava is halfway pulled up over his face so that his mouth is visible. The other two stop and stand up. One of them puts his hand behind his back, as if grabbing something. The man with the balaclava up his face looks at the man with his hand behind his back and shakes his head as if to say no. The man with the half balaclava looks back at us and makes a turn around motion with his hand. We nope the fuck out and turn around. As we do so, the man in the half balaclava grinned, his teeth gleaming in the headlights like some clown. Scared the shit out of me. Probably the IRA.
Walking along the highway out of town in the middle of the night. No streetlights, rural area, but it was a full moon, so plenty of visibility. No reason to be concerned. I got about a mile out of town, about halfway to the farming area I was walking to. I headed down a side road where I knew an old couple owned a stable with no security. There are stands of trees along the side of the road, some tall enough to block out the moon. Suddenly it starts to rain, pouring. Everything goes black. Looking up, I can't even see the sky. Total darkness. I can't hear anything except the rain. I keep carefully picking my way along the road, using my feet to feel where the concrete ends. Out of nowhere, I hear something new. Wood cracking in the flora to my left. I freeze. I make no movement, silent breathing, straining to hear through the rain. Whatever it is big, probably within 25 feet. My destination is close, but now I'm pretty scared. This is cougar territory. I stay still, hoping it will go away. The noise stops. The beast is waiting. Silent showdown in the middle of nowhere. Not even the moon bears witness. Suddenly, the noise resumes. It's coming closer. I'm out. I turn around and bolt, still blind and deaf from the rain. I'm fleeing in a panic with no light. Can't even hear my own footsteps. It doesn't matter. The crashing is still behind me. I run for what feels like hours. Finally, I see the light of town ahead of me. I keep running. I'm too breathless to scream. I'm about to reach the first streetlights, but I stumble. I go down hard. Noise behind me. I look back, expecting to see the eyes of Asmodeus staring back from oblivion. Nope. JPEG. It was that damn horse all along.
I hope that you enjoyed tonight's broadcast. If you enjoyed tonight's story, then please subscribe to the channel as more green texts will appear daily. A new broadcast will appear when the clock strikes midnight Central Time.